Ladies and gentlemen, what's up? So, I have something I want to read to you guys. It's going to be in Isaiah chapter 14. Maybe you've picked up on it before, but it's interesting. So let's just get on into it. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them, and bring them to their place, and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captives, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors. And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from thy hard bondage, wherein thou wast made to serve, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon. So this, what's coming next, is against the king of Babylon. Who is the king of Babylon? Anyways, let's continue. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, How hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city is ceased. The Lord hath broken the staff of the wicked, and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet, and they break forth into singing. Yea, the fir trees give rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, Since thou art laid down, whoever this is we're talking about is laid down, no feller has come up against us. Hell from beneath is moved to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee. Even all the chief ones of the earth it has raised up from their thrones, all the kings of the nations. All they shall speak and say unto thee, Art thou also become weak as we? Art thou become like unto us? So whoever the king of Babylon is become like to the rest of them, right? All they shall speak and say unto thee, Art thou also become weak as we? Art thou like to become unto one of us? Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of thy viols, the worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. So somebody's dead in the ground. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? Who? Well, who we were just talking about. We were just talking about, let's see, we go back here, we were just talking about the king of Babylon, and this person has become like the rest of the kings of the nations, this king of Babylon, and this king of Babylon is literally laying in the ground dead. But anyways, let's continue in verse 11 of Isaiah 14. Thy pomp is brought down to the grave, and the noise of the viols. The worm is spread under thee, and the worms cover thee. How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will also sit upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. You know, kind of like what they've always done, the Tower of Babel that tried to reach the heavens and God knocked it down. How about the time they went to space and they came back and they're like, whoa, we can't do that again. Anyways. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, Is this the man? The man? Who's the man? Lucifer, who fell? Is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms, that made the world as a wilderness and destroyed the cities thereof, that opened not the house of his prisoners? Uh-oh. All the kings of the nations, even all them, lie in glory, every one in his own house, every single one of them. But thou art cast down out of thy grave. Thou art cast out of thy grave like an abominable branch. And as the raiment of those that are slain thrust through with the sword, that go down to the stones of the pit, as a carcass trodden under feet, thou shalt not be joined with them in burial, because thou hast destroyed thy land and slain thy people. The seed of evildoers shall never be renowned. Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers. Of whose? The Antichrist, the king of Babylon. Prepare slaughter of his children for the iniquity of their fathers. They do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and cut off from Babylon the name, and remnant, and son, and nephew, saith the Lord. I will also make it a possession for the bittern and pools of water, and I will sweep it with besom of destruction, saith the Lord of hosts. With that being said, what is the number, the mark, right? The mark 666, isn't that a mark of a man? Isn't that what that means, is the mark of a man? And it's literally in Isaiah chapter 14 is describing the king of Babylon, whom's revealed as Lucifer, who is revealed as a man who is dead in the grave, and hell openeth up for him. But he's nothing. He's cast out like an abominable branch, not even to be buried with us, with the rest of us. Completely cast out. Well, a lot of people are confused as to what the Antichrist is, or who the Antichrist is. But that would be it there. I mean, I don't know how much more plain as day we can really discuss about the Antichrist, except the fact that there's a lot of Antichrists that come from the church who were never part of the church to begin with. So that's also in the Bible. I forget where exactly at, but once you read it, you'll see that I'm telling you the truth on that too. But anyways, I thought this was a very interesting read, and I wanted to share it because I feel like not enough people even read the book of Isaiah. I feel like the book of Isaiah is kind of one of those books that certain religions, certain cults, certain people tell others not to read, or don't really recommend anyone reading it. I recommend you read the book of Job. I recommend you read the book of Isaiah. I recommend you read this whole entire thing from beginning to end. Not from end to beginning. Not just the beginning and not just the end. But I recommend everyone read it from beginning to end. This is where I am in my journey of reading the Bible. I'm already in Isaiah. So, and actually, I'm a little bit beyond Isaiah 15 as far as what I've read, but I kind of have been rereading it anyways, trying to get an understanding of it. But with that being said, hey, I'll talk to you guys later. Thanks for sticking around. Peace out.